Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing The Division 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today, nerfs, buffs, apparel, oh my. Let's get to it. The developers are having an apparel cache event tied in with the Tidal Basin update running from April 5th until May 2nd. Now, these are non-repeatable caches, and it is separate from the normal caches. So these apparel caches are tied with the event. So the event caches, you will not get duplicates, and you can only get things that are in that particular cache. The Tidal Basin update is nearly upon us, and what does that all mean, and what changes are coming to the game, in addition to having that extra world tier and extra stronghold to do? Now, the developers are making a variety of changes, and there's probably going to be a lot more changes than what I'm discussing here, but I'm going to go over the major points. They're adding a field of view slider, which a lot of people have been asking for, so that when you're looking at the screen, if you get motion sick, this will help you with it, or if you just like to have a different field of view. There are no PvP balance changes in this patch. They're going to have a comprehensive PvP patch sometime in the future, but I think they're still trying to work out what that is. There's going to be a lot of weapon balancing, starting off with the nerfs of the M700 marksman rifle and the MK17 or Mark 17 rifle. Those weapons just had far and away more DPS than others in its class, so they're getting a bit of a nerf. Talking about too much damage, crit damage and headshot damage stats were beyond what they wanted it to be, so those are going to be decreased, not only on new ones, but on existing ones. So if you built your build around crit damage and headshot damage, you might want to rethink that once the patch goes live. The armor perk Safeguard is having a cooldown added to it. Safeguard was supposed to give you kind of like a boost of healing after a kill, but when you're able to do that over and over and over again because you're getting kills every couple of seconds, then that makes it really, really hard to counter that. In addition to that, Crisis Response on the Demolitionist skill tree is getting a cooldown, reloading all your ammo when your armor breaks. It gave people unlimited ammo, so things that did a lot of damage very quickly didn't have the drawback of reloading. So they're getting rid of that. So all those Vector fans of that nice 1200 RPM DPS, and you're just DPSing, and even with the mag decrease, that perk would give you a huge amount of ammo to use to take people out. There's going to be changes to the sniper turret and the chem launcher. The sniper turret just didn't work very well. Now it auto tracks targets, and you can precision aim the turret while you're aiming at a bad guy. The chem launcher now is going to work more like a weapon. So instead of tapping the button or holding the button, switching to it, and then doing whatever, now you're going to tap the ability button and you're going to equip it, and it's going to act like a weapon. So you can aim and then fire wherever you need to and then switch out. The Firefly is going to be easier to aim, which is good because you had to be relatively precise with trying to aim with that ability. The sniper specialization should feel more accurate. And what does that mean? They said there was some bloom issues. Does that mean that they're going to have a little bit bigger of a hitbox? I don't know. We'll see once the patch goes live. There's going to be some buffs to weapons. The LVOAC rifle, lightweight M4 rifle, the A12 shotgun, and the MG5 light machine gun. Those were all more or less shunned because they did a lot less damage than some of their counterparts in the same archetype. So those are all getting buffs, and I can only assume they mean damage buffs, but we'll see once the patch goes live. Skill mods were just out of control, crazy with their skill power requirement. Some of them unattainable because very few people had optimized gear where their skill power was 7,000 or 8,000 total, even if you spec'd only skill power on your armor and mods. So what they're doing is they are changing that requirement around, but they're also changing skill power and how much skill power you get. So you're not going to be getting as much skill power, but these mods should make up for it. So the threshold to be able to use the skill mods at 450, 500 should be less than what it currently is, but you're not going to have as much skill power as you used to. Weapon mods. A lot of people didn't like the negative aspect of weapon mods, so they've revamped all weapon mods. Now it sounds like there are going to be levels and choices based on what you want. So the first level of a weapon mod will have no negative and a smaller boost to the positive. So if you had an increase to stability, but you had a decrease to optimal range, then the new version of that mod will have a smaller increase to stability with no negative optimal range decrease. So you have the positive, but it's going to be a smaller boost than what it was before. And if you want a more specced out, if you want more of that, more crit chance, more crit damage, more range, more stability, more accuracy, whatever, then there's going to be a negative aspect to that. And most importantly, when does this go live? Now the servers will go down for maintenance at 9:30 a.m. April 5th CEST or 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and it will be down for approximately 3 hours. So you won't be able to get back into and see the Tidal Basin and everything until 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time or whenever they finish the maintenance, depending on how long it goes. This is a relatively major update, so it could go long, although 3 hours is a fairly good estimate. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to ring the bell before you leave to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
Agent, are you alright? Lost contact for a while. Poor Edwards.